The world can be a dangerous place, home to venomous creatures who have had to deal with the hostility of our planet. Creatures who have specifically developed defenses and tactics to kill and hunt with venom and poison. These venomous creatures have refined mechanisms to inject toxins directly into another animal. Some do it by piercing with fangs, some stab with tails, others slash with venomous spines or spurs, shoot with harpoons, or chew with dangerous gnashing teeth. Today we're going to rank the top 10 most venomous creatures on Earth by measuring the strength of their venom, by examining how powerful a dose can be, and by studying how much venom is required to kill an adult human. And just to give you an idea of how powerful these natural toxins can be, some of these venoms are nearly 1,000 times more deadly than poisons such as arsenic or cyanide. Number 10 on our list is taken by 3 creatures from the mammal kingdom, tied for the spot. Unlikely contestants to the world of poisons, since only a total of 12 mammals on the planet are venomous, these ones nevertheless deserve this number 10 spot. First up is the strange and furry creature known as a platypus. Looking pretty harmless and small with its otter-like body and a duck-billed face, did you know the male platypus possesses a secret weapon? There is a well-hidden spur on the hind leg of this animal, capable of stinging victims and impairing muscle control. The venom from a platypus, although almost never deadly, can leave victims in untreatable agony for months. As the scientific researcher Wilcox writes, being stung by a platypus is a life-changing experience. Tied with the platypus is an animal named the slow loris. Probably looking harmless and perhaps rather cute, don't let appearances fool you. Found in the forests of Southeast Asia, these small primates are unusual in a number of ways, and they make our list today because the toxin from a slow loris is thought to come from a gland near their armpit. That's right, their armpit. And the slow loris uses this secretion in 2 ways. First, they will lick the toxic secretion onto their young, making them poisonous to natural predators. Second, they can also transfer this toxin through biting. Lorises are infamous for not letting go once they bite. Animal dealers in Southeast Asia keep tanks of water nearby, so that in the case of a loris bite, they can submerge their arm in the water to make the animal let go. Not a lot is understood about the nature of the toxin from the loris. Some studies theorize that the toxin is acquired from ants and centipedes in the loris's diet, and that it only fully activates to potency when mixed with saliva. More studies are needed to find out more about the slow loris. However, they are in serious danger of extinction, with the biggest threat to survival being the illegal trade in wildlife. Then taking the same spot for number 10 is the Komodo dragon, the biggest and meanest of the lizard family. Until 2009, nobody actually knew that the Komodo dragon was venomous. It was previously believed that Komodo dragons bit their victims in order to infect them with bacteria. However, Australian biologist Brian Fry discovered evidence that there was actual venom stored in the glands of the Komodo's mouth. This venom, once transferred onto its victim, would cause a rapid decrease in blood pressure and induce shock. The Komodo dragon would then stalk its victim up to several days later until it collapsed. Although the delivery mechanism from a Komodo isn't as effective, these creatures will still pose a considerable danger if you are bitten from one. A mauling from a Komodo dragon is still fierce and deadly. Number 9 on our list is the Lonomia moth caterpillar. This small caterpillar may not look like much, small and quite harmless, but these vicious tiny caterpillars have been responsible for at least 500 deaths. Found in South America, especially in southern Brazil, these critters have clumps of toxic spines that covers its body. Each clump of spines is capable of easily puncturing skin and releasing toxins into the victim. And as if this wasn't scary enough, these caterpillars are blood eaters and use their venom to keep their victim's blood from clotting as they eat. The venom acts by targeting the internal organs, making the victim bleed from the inside out. After time and left untreated, this will eventually cause massive blood leakage into the brain and result in death. The good news is that the poison only takes effect in fairly large amounts. In order to experience the extreme effects caused by the toxin, a human victim would have to be stung at least 20 to 100 times. So while one caterpillar might not be able to kill you, just be careful if you're trekking through the jungles of South America next time, because the sting from a caterpillar doesn't hurt too much at first, and you might not even notice it until the toxins start doing their work. Additionally, the caterpillar's venom has been the subject of numerous medical studies to determine its medical value. Next on our list of venomous creatures is taken by the two types of fish found in our planet's ocean. The first is the pufferfish. The pufferfish is well known to be poisonous, yet its meat is a delicacy in both Japan and Korea. Prepared correctly by licensed chefs, they are consumed safely and quite popular. However, pufferfish have caused the death of 6 people. Most deaths happen when untrained people catch and prepare the fish. Once poisoned, the tongue and lips become numb. The victim experiences dizziness, rapid heart rate, and difficulty breathing. Muscle paralysis in the diaphragm leads to suffocation. Most victims die after 4 to 24 hours if left untreated. There is enough toxin in one pufferfish to kill 30 adults, and there is no known antidote. If caught early, vomiting can be induced at a hospital's emergency department. Despite how poisonous the pufferfish can be, people are still willing to pay up to $100 to $200 to try a dish. The other fish vying for the same spot is the stonefish. Known as the world's most venomous fish, its dorsal area is lined with 13 spines that release venom from 2 sacs. Found mostly in the shallow marine waters of the Pacific and Indian Oceans, these fish are dangerous because they can disguise themselves and camouflage themselves as a harmless-looking rock on the seabed. Hanging around the shorelines of sandy beaches, it's easy to stand on one by mistake. Add on the creepy factor that these guys can actually survive for up to 24 hours outside of the water. It's not just in the water where a supposed rock will stub your toe. Once injected with the venom from a stonefish, the victims experience severe pain, with accounts of some victims screaming and wanting the affected limb to be amputated. The venom then causes shock, paralysis, and tissue death. Death can occur in as little as less than an hour. The fortunate news is that there is an effective anti-venom for the stonefish, and no one has died in nearly 100 years. Number 7 on the list is snatched by the scorpions. There are about 1,500 species of scorpions, and all of them possess venom which they deliver with a sting at the end of their tails. Most scorpions are relatively harmless to humans, as the stings usually only produce mild pain, numbness, or swelling. However, there is one scorpion that is highly dangerous. Found in North Africa and the Middle East, the death stalker scorpion has a venom that causes intense and unbearable pain, then fever, which is then followed by a coma, convulsions, paralysis, and then death. Another type of scorpion known as the fat-tailed scorpion is known as the man-killer. Measuring in at a scary 4 inches or 10 centimeters, the venom from these scorpions have been compared in strength to that of the king cobra. In Tunisia, it's estimated that these scorpions have caused up to 400 deaths a year. Number 6 on our list belongs to the poison dart frog. Gaining its name from indigenous natives who use their toxin to poison the tips of their blow darts, poison dart frogs have enough toxin to poison 10 healthy adult humans or 20,000 mice. Usually very tiny, sometimes less than 0.6 inches or 1.5 centimeters, and weighing 1 ounce on average, these frogs are very poisonous. Only 2 micrograms, which is what fits on the head of a pin, is enough. And the poison is fast-acting, needing as little as 5 minutes to kill. The golden poison dart frog is the most dangerous among them all. The interesting thing about these frogs is that they're not naturally poisonous. Ones that were raised away from the jungle never developed toxicity. It's been speculated that the frogs gain their potent venom by picking it up from various poison from the plants in their natural habitat and by eating poisonous insects. Number 5 on our list are spiders. We can't compile a list of venomous creatures without spiders stealing a spot. The most venomous spider is the Brazilian wandering spider. Responsible for the most human deaths, they are doubly dangerous because they secrete a very potent venom and because of their wandering nature. These spiders can be found in highly populated areas inside houses, clothes, boots, and cars. They hide during the daytime and come out at night. Unlike other spiders, the wandering spider doesn't spin webs to catch their food. They walk around the floors and grounds searching for victims. They mainly eat insects and other spiders, but because of this wandering nature, they are well known for turning up in shoes, cars, and even hitching a ride across the world on bananas. The bites from the wandering spider causes intense pain, tissue necrosis, and priapism, which is uncomfortable erections lasting for many hours that lead to impotence. The neurotoxin is about 20 times more powerful than the infamous black widow and equal in strength to the venom of some deadly snakes. Once bitten, their victims can die within an hour. However, the good news is that studies show that only about 10 deaths a year are because of the spider's bite. Most bites were treated with anti-venom, and other bites did not contain enough venom. On the other hand, the black widow and the Australian redback are responsible for more bites than any other spider. They bite up to 10,000 people per year and notoriously lurk under the seats of outdoor toilets. But rarely anyone dies from a black widow bite, and no one has died from a redback bite since 1956. The next venomous creature on our list is surprising, and is given to the marbled cone snail. Although this small snail may appear harmless and tiny, a drop of its venom is actually powerful enough to kill up to 20 adult humans. Frequently found in warm saltwater environments, the marbled cone snail uses its venom for the purpose of hunting prey. They launch a harpoon loaded with conotoxin and injects its victim. Symptoms of a cone snail sting can start immediately or be delayed for a few days. The sting results in intense pain, swelling, numbness, and then tingling. In severe cases, the victim will experience muscle paralysis, vision changes, and difficulty breathing. The scariest fact is that there is no anti-venom available for a sting from the snail. However, only about 30 deaths have ever been recorded due to the cone snail. And the good news is that these snails don't move very fast. So next time you see them in the water or on the beach, don't pick these harmless-looking snails up. Number 3 on our list is taken by a creature that also lives in aquatic environments. The blue ring octopus is a deadly creature, and don't let its size fool you. Being very small, only the size of a golf ball that fits in the palm of your hand, this octopus secretes a powerful venom that can kill up to 26 adults within 10 minutes or less. And since it holds our number 3 spot, there is no antidote available to the venom. The blue-ringed octopus is recognized as one of the world's most venomous animals. Commonly found in tide pools in the Pacific Ocean, from Japan to Australia, the bites are often tiny and painless, so that many victims do not even know they have been stung until they have difficulty breathing and paralysis starts to set in. Victims will feel weakness and numbness. Once bitten, the venom gets to work immediately, disabling the victim's respiratory muscles. Because the venom's primary goal is to kill through paralysis, victims can be saved if artificial respiration is started and maintained. If proper and immediate care is administered, victims who survive the first 24 hours will usually recover completely. Number 2 on our list is taken by the inland taipan, winning the prize for the world's most venomous snake. Although many snakes are venomous, the inland taipan is considered the most deadly snake on the planet. Just a single bite from the inland taipan contains enough venom to kill 100 human adults, or an army of 250,000 mice. The neurotoxin is so powerful that it can kill an adult in less than 45 minutes. The good news is that this snake is very shy, so despite how venomous it is, there have been no documented human deaths. The inland taipan has a cousin known as the coastal taipan. Although its venom is significantly weaker than the inland taipan, the coastal taipan is much more aggressive and larger. It can bite several times in quick succession when threatened, each time repeatedly delivering a load of venom, sufficient to kill about 59 men. But we can't discuss snakes without talking about the infamous king cobra. Compared to the inland taipan, the king cobra is actually 50 times less toxic, but it still gets its infamy from the fact that one bite can cause the death of a human within 15 minutes. Capable of killing a full-grown elephant within 3 hours, king cobras can grow up to 5.6 meters, or 18.5 feet in length. Living across South and Southeast Asia, they are considered quite widespread and become very aggressive when irritated. They are also capable of biting from long distances, striking up to 5 times more venom on a single bite, and thus capable of killing up to 20 grown men. And now for our top 1. Can you guess what it is? All the usual culprits such as snakes, spiders, and scorpions all rank lower than this top 1 venomous creature. Living in the oceans, our number 1 goes to the box jelly. These animals have been on this planet since 600 million years ago, and according to the National Science Foundation, the box jelly venom holds an ancient type of toxin, thus earning their title of the most venomous animal on Earth. Box jellies are so deadly that they can kill an adult in under 5 minutes. Its toxins attack the heart directly, affect the nervous system and the skin cells. Its venom is so overpoweringly painful that humans go straight into shock and die or drown from heart failure before even having a chance to reach shore. Chances of survival is minuscule unless treated immediately. Box jellies are found floating in the water surrounding Asia and Australia. Because of their transparency, they are nearly invisible if you're not paying attention. Their tentacles can reach up to 10 feet in length and contain more than 5,000 stinging cells, causing at least 5,567 deaths since 1954. A single individual has enough venom to kill 60 adults at once. It's been suggested that wearing pantyhose while swimming is good for preventing jellies from being able to harm your legs. If you like my videos, please subscribe so I can buy a ticket back home to my planet.